Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat Pranam. Um, Hare Krishna. Sorry. Okay. I'm just opening up the Mangala Charan and then we'll begin. Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Avatirno Sakarunyo Parichino Sarishvaro Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Dvau Bharataro Bhaje Namastri Kala Satyaya Jagannātha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha. 1 second. Okay, forgot to open up. Okay. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Lakshmi Kanta Jaya Jaya Nityananda Vallabha Ekanta Jai 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 Vaikunta Ishwar Nyasi Raj Jai Jai Jaya Bhakata Samaj Jaya Jaya Patita Pavana Gora Chandra Dan Deho Hridaye Tomar Pada Dvandva Shesha Khanda Katha Bhai Shuno Ekachitte Nilachale Gora Chandra Aila Jemate Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Devi Tvam Nayamam Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshai Kshitashtakama Ditaranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charana Ravindam Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare Hare. Okay, I'm just because I started late today, so I'm just going to read the last verse of this. Oops, wrong one. What am I doing there? Okay. Sahaje Vichitra Madhur Chaitanya Vihar Vrindavana Dasa Mukhe Amrite Dhar. By nature, all the activities of Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu are very wonderful and sweet. And when they're described by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, they become like a shower of nectar. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki Jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki Jai. The Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, everybody. Dandavat Pranams. Who is there? Hari Prabhu, Vaitaraṇī Mataji, Satya Mataji, Champak Mataji, Shubhananda Prabhu, Rasapriya Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, and whoever else is there watching, Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol. So just giving you another one of those disclaimers that I do every now and then. I had a very intense day yesterday, and last night I only slept 3 hours. We were finishing up Damodarashtakam, and yeah, so I'm a little bit not all there in the head right now. Yeah, just if I seem a little spacey, there's a reason for that. Okay. So we just did we just did a parikrama because 3 days for the past 3 days we've been doing parikrama every morning, like a Nagar Sankirtan throughout the villages, and starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, and a bit after 5, like 5:15 in the morning, all the way till 6:30. And today I was the only kirtaniya there for that, and kind of killed my voice. Like I can't go very high right now. Anyways, right before Navadip parikrama. Really frustrating, actually. All right. Haribol Charu Didi. Okay, so where are we? Okay, let's read the summary and then we will begin. Where is it? Go to the beginning. Yeah, and we're on 276, so I can jump back afterwards. Okay. Okay, chapter 2 of Antya-khaṇḍa. Description of the Lord's travel through Bhuvaneśvara and other places to Jagannath Purī. When after enjoying pastimes with his devotees at Shantipur, the Lord one morning expressed his desire to go to Nilacha. So when he did that, the devotees informed him about the various types of possible dangers he may face on the way. Yet before the strong will of the independent Lord, the devotees, headed by Śrī Advaita, relented. 1 second, just making sure my mic is plugged in. Oh, it's not. Okay, now the quality should be better. Oops, how did I get back there? Sorry. Okay, so just before the commencement of his journey, the Lord solaced his devotees who were afflicted by thoughts of separation by instructing them to worship Krishna. Gaurasundar's devotees felt pangs of separation similar to the pangs of separation felt by the residents of Braj when Krishna left for Mathura. But they were non-different from the residents of Braj, and Gaurasundar was non-different from the son of Nanda. Śrī Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar, Mukunda, Govinda, Jagannātha, and Brahmananda accompanied the Lord. On the way, the Lord asked the devotees if they had any accumulated possessions with them, and thereby tested their qualities of indifference and freedom from desires for material opulences. He was very pleased on learning that none of them had brought any accumulated wealth. While instructing the devotees to fully depend on Krishna, the Lord arrived at the house of Ananta Pandit in the village of Atisara and exhibited the pastime of accepting his hospitality. Eventually, the Lord came to the holy place named Chhatrabhog and saw the Ambulinga Ghat there. In this connection, the author has described the story of Ambulinga Shiva. After taking darshan and bath at Shatamukhi Ganga, the Lord became absorbed in his own internal mood. Suddenly, Ramachandra Khan, the administrator of Chhatrabhog village, came there and offered obeisances to the Lord. He was very astonished to see the Lord's intense eagerness to see Lord Jagannath. On understanding the identity of Ramachandra Khan, the Lord mercifully ordered him to arrange passage for him to go to Nilacha. Ramachandra Khan requested the Lord and his devotees to first accept a meal at his house, and Mahaprabhu mercifully accepted his invitation. The people of Chhatrabhog thus received an opportunity to witness the transcendental ecstatic madness of the Lord. After 3/4 of the night passed and Mahaprabhu regained his external consciousness, Ramachandra Khan arranged a boat for Mahaprabhu's journey. On the boat, Gaurasundar began to display wonderful symptoms of ecstatic love. Then, on the Lord's order, Mukunda began to sing on the boat, and because of the Lord's dancing, the boat came on the verge of capsizing. When the boatman forbade them from performing kirtan by informing them about the danger of pirates and wild aquatics like crocodiles, Mahaprabhu assured the devotees about their safety by narrating to them topics of the infallible Sudarshan Chakra which protects the devotees. After entering Orissa, Mahaprabhu took bath at a place known as Ganga Ghat and displayed the pastime of offering obeisances to Shiva, the king of Vaishnavas, installed there by Yudhishthira. Leaving the devotees in a temple, the Lord went alone to the householders' houses and displayed the pastime of begging alms by spreading the end of his cloth. Jagannātha Pandit cooked whatever foodstuffs the Lord collected by begging. After taking his meal with the devotees, the Lord spent that night performing Sankirtan in that village. Early the next morning, the Lord again started towards Purī. On the way, a road tax collector obstructed the Lord's path and demanded tax from him. When he subsequently observed the Lord's uncommon effulgence, he allowed the Lord to pass, but asked the devotees to pay tax. Later on, seeing Mahaprabhu's pastime of simultaneous indifference and affection for the devotees, the tax collector became struck with wonder and fell at the Lord's feet, begging forgiveness. After forgiving the tax collector, the Lord gradually came to the Suvarna Rekha river, and therein took bath with the devotees. As Mahaprabhu proceeded on, the devotees, headed by Avadut Nityananda and Jagadananda, fell far behind the Lord. During the journey, Jagadananda had been carrying the Lord's sannyas danda. When Jagadananda left that danda with Nityananda and went out to beg alms, Nityananda took the danda in his hand and began to think that it could never be fair that the same Lord whom he carries in his heart, that Lord would carry a danda. Thinking in this way, Śrī Nityananda broke the Lord's danda into 3 pieces. This danda breaking pastime of Nityananda is incomprehensible to the minds of ordinary people. Only Śrī Nityananda knows the confidential purport of this pastime. Later on, when Pandit Jagadananda approached the Lord with the pieces of the broken danda, Gaurasundar displayed the pastime of becoming externally angry with Nityananda. He then left the devotees' company and proceeded alone to the place of Jaleshwar Shiva. Sri Gaurasundar, who is the supreme teacher of all, then manifested his pastime of ecstatic chanting and dancing before Shiva, who is the topmost Vaishnava. Meanwhile, Śrī Nityananda and the devotees who had been left behind arrived there, and the Lord embraced them with ecstasy, discussed with them various topics, and then narrated the glories of Nityananda. After spending that night in Jaleshwar, the next morning on the way to Bansadaha, Mahaprabhu enacted the pastime of conversing with a tantric sannyasi. He then came to the village of Remuṇā, where he chanted and danced before Gopinath in the association of the devotees. Okay, so that's where we read up to yesterday. He had just arrived at Remuṇā. And as we all know, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a beautiful description of Madhavendra Puri. It's one of my favorite chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita. I think it's the Madhya Lila. Is it the 3rd chapter? 3rd or 4th chapter? Or is it 2nd chapter? No, I can't remember. But it's one of the first chapters of Madhya Lila. And it's 1 second. I need to close the door. It's very loud. I have the noise suppression on so you can't hear, but there's a lot of commotion going on outside. Oh, Dandavat Pranams, Sajan Maharaj, Hare Krishna Maharaj, and Karkaraj Ji, and Haribol, everybody. Gopal Ghanasham Prabhu also, Hare Krishna. Okay, 1 second. Oh my God, I just realized anyhow. That was a Mahaprabhu Vigraha we just got yesterday. And soon he'll be installed. Okay. That's so loud. Okay. 276. That's where we left off yesterday. Oh, no. That's where we're going to read up. Oh, did I forget to update the page numbers? Shoot. Anyways, I'll have to fix that later on. Okay. Okay, so in this way, Lord Gaurasundar used various means to deliver all living entities. Enomate Shaktir Sahita Rasa Kori Aila Remuṇā Grame Gauranga Shihari. After joking with that Shakta, Śrī Gaurahari went to the village of Remuṇā. Gaudiya Bhashya by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 4.7 verses 50 to 53, Lord Vishnu explains, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Aham Brahma Chasarvascha Jagata Karanam Param Atmeshvara Upadrashta Swayam Drig Avisheshana. Brahma, Lord Shiva, and I are the supreme cause of the material manifestation. I am the supersoul, the self-sufficient witness. But impersonally, there is no difference between Brahma, Lord Shiva, and me. Atma mayam samavishya soham guna mayim dvija srijan rakshan haran vishvam dadre samgyam kriyochitam. My dear Daksha Dvija, I am the original personality of Godhead. But in order to create, maintain, and annihilate this cosmic manifestation, I act through my material energy. And according to the different grades of activity, my representations are differently named. Tasmin Brahmanyadvitiye Kevale Paramatmani Brahma Rudro Chabhutani Bhedanagyo Nupashyati. One who is not in proper knowledge thinks that the demigods like Brahma and Shiva are independent, or he even thinks that the living entities are independent. Yatapuman Naswangeshu Shirapanyadishu Tvachit Parakya Buddhim Kurute Evam Bhuteshu Matparaha. A person with average intelligence does not think. He does not think the head and other parts of the body to be separate. Similarly, my devotee does not differentiate Vishnu, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, from anything or any living entity. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 2.4.18, it is stated, Kiratahu Nandra Pulinda Pulkasha Abhira Shumbha Yavana Kasadaya Yenye Chapapa Yarapa Shaya Shaya Shudyanti Tasmai Prabhavishnave Nama. Prabhavishnave Nama. Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulinda, Pulkasha, Abhira, Shumbha, Yavana, members of the Kas races, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord, due to his being the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 2.7.46, it is stated, one second, I'll be right back. I just need to. My throat's getting really dry. Okay. I just read that. Yeah. Devaya Vedanta. No, I didn't read it. In the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam 2.7.46, it is stated, Devaya Vedanta Titaranti Chadeva Mayam Stri Shudrahuna Shabara Apipapa Jiva Yadyadbhuta Kramakparayana Shila Shikshas Tiryag Jana Apikimu Shrutadharana Ye. Surrendered souls, even from groups leading sinful lives, such as women, the laborer class, the mountaineers, and the Siberians, Siberians, interesting, or even the birds and beasts, can also know about the science of Godhead and become liberated from the clutches of the illusory energy by surrendering unto the pure devotees of the Lord and by following in their footsteps in devotional service. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.70.43, it is stated, Shravanat kirtanad dhyanat huyantente vasayina tava brahma mayasyesha kim uteksha vimarshina. O Lord, even outcasts are purified by hearing and chanting your glories and meditating upon you, the absolute truth. What then to speak of those who see and touch you? The word rasa in this verse means joking. Remuṇā is situated 5 miles west of Baleshwar. The deity of Gopinath is situated there. Remuṇāya dekhi nija murti Gopinath, vistar korila nritya bhakta varga sat. When the Lord saw his own form of Gopinath at Remuṇā, he danced in ecstasy with the devotees. Gaudiya Bhashya. Mahaprabhu personally danced before the deity of Gopinath to teach the etiquette of worship to the devotees. Since Śrī Gopinath is the Archa Vigraha of Gaurasundar, the phrase Nijamurti Gopinath, his own form of Gopinath, has been used. Śrī Caitanya-deva is directly Gopinath, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Gaudiyanath and Gopinath are the same. Both are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although they respectively display magnanimous and sweet pastimes, they are one. The form of Gaurasundar cannot be called a separate manifestation of Śrī Gopinath. No, they're one and the same. Apanar preme prabhu pashari apana prodana koren ati koriya koruna. The Lord forgot himself in his own ecstatic love and began to cry pathetically. She karuna shunite pashan kashta dravye ebena dravilo dharma dvaji gana save. Even stone and wood would melt on hearing such pathetic crying. Only the hearts of hypocrites did not melt. You want to just quickly, I'm not going to read very much from it, but let's see how it starts in Chaitanya-bhāgavata, Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'm just going to open up another window here. 1 second. Is it what is it? Vedabase.io. Here. Let's see how this chapter starts. Madhya Lila. Chapter 4. Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. I'll just read just the first couple verses. So I offer, oh God, it's so annoying. Let me make it so that you guys it's easier on the eyes. 1 second. How do I change this? Here. Where is it? I'm a bit slow, so you have to be patient with me right now. There. Okay, there. Okay. Okay. So Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata proceeded towards Jagannath Puri with 4 of his devotees and chanted the holy name of the Lord, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, with great eagerness. Where were we? Oh, and before that, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I'm presenting only a synopsis of those events already described elaborately by Vrindavan Das Thakur in his Chaitanya-bhāgavata and his Chaitanya Mangal, now known as Chaitanya-bhāgavata. So he wanted to touch more on this pastime. So then, okay. So there were many rivers on the way when he was on this journey. And at each river, there was a tax collector. The tax collectors did not hinder the Lord. The tax collectors did not hinder the Lord, however, and he showed them mercy. Finally, he reached the village of Remuṇā. The deity of Gopinath in the temple of Remuṇā was very attractive. Lord Chaitanya visited the temple and offered his obeisances with great devotion. When Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata offered his obeisances at the lotus feet of the Gopinath deity, the helmet of flowers on the head of Gopinath fell down and landed on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When the deity's helmet fell upon his head, Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata became very pleased, and thus he chanted and danced in various ways with his devotees. All the servants of the deity were struck with wonder due to Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata's intense love, his exquisite beauty, and his transcendental qualities. Because of their love for Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, they served him in many ways, and that night the Lord stayed at the temple of Gopinath. The Lord remained there because he was very eager to receive the remnants of sweet rice offered to the Gopinath deity, having heard a narration from his spiritual master Ishwar Purī of what had once happened there. That deity was known widely as Kir Chora Gopinath, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his devotees the story of how the deity became so famous. Formerly, the deity had stolen a pot of sweet rice from Madhavendra Puri. Therefore, he became very famous as the Lord who stole the sweet rice. And then it goes through the whole, story of Madhavendra Puri. There's such a beautiful story. Such a delightful part of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahaprabhu narrates this whole story to the devotees, and then let's see how it ends, this section. Okay, so Mahaprabhu tells that beautiful story, and then Mahaprabhu said, Madhavendra Puri recited this verse again and again at the end of his material existence. What is it? I dina daryardranata he mathura nata kadava lokya se. What is it? Is this it right here? Yeah, here it is. I dina daryardranata he mathura nata kadava lokya se. Hridayam tvar aloka kataram daita brahmyati kim karomyaham. And then it means, oh my Lord, oh most merciful Master, oh Master of Mathura, when shall I see you? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. Oh most beloved one, what shall I do now? When Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu recited this verse, he immediately fell to the ground unconscious. He was overwhelmed and had no control over himself. When Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu fell to the ground in ecstatic love, Lord Nityananda quickly took him on his lap. Crying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then got up again. Exhibiting ecstatic emotions, the Lord began to run here and there, making resounding noises. Sometimes he laughed, sometimes he cried, and sometimes he danced and sang. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not recite the whole verse. He simply said, Ai Dina, repeatedly. Thus he could not speak, and profuse tears were in his eyes. Trembling perspiration, jubilant tears, shock, fading of the bodily luster, disappointment, moroseness, loss of memory, pride, joy, and humility were all visible in Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's body. This verse uncovered the door of ecstatic love, and when it was exhibited, all the servants of Gopinath saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dance in ecstasy. When many people crowded around Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he regained his external senses. In the meantime, the offering to the deity had been finished, and there was a resounding arati performance. When the deities were laid down to rest, the priest came out of the temple and offered all 12 pots of sweet rice to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When all the pots of sweet rice, remnants left by Gopinath, were placed before Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, he became very pleased. In order to feed the devotees, he accepted 5 of them. So he didn't eat all 12. He left, what is that? Yeah, he left 7 for them. Okay, the 7 remaining pots were pushed forward and delivered to the priest. Then the 5 pots of sweet rice the Lord had accepted were distributed among the 5 devotees, and they ate the prasadam. Being identical with the Gopinath deity, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu had already tasted and eaten the pots of sweet rice. Yet just to manifest devotional service, he again ate the pots of sweet rice as a devotee. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu passed that night at the temple engaged in congregational chanting. In the morning, after seeing the Mangal Arati performance, he departed. In this way, Lord Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu personally tasted with his own mouth the transcendental qualities of Gopalji, Gopinath, and Śrī Madhavendra Puri. Thus, I've described both the transcendental glories of Lord Chaitanya's affection for his devotees and the highest limit of ecstatic love of God. One who hears this narration with faith and devotion attains the treasure of love of Godhead at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadas, narrate Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. So, yeah, eventually we'll get to this and we'll be able to read all these pastimes from Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita along with Srila Prabhupada's purports. But yeah, I just wanted to, because this was very brief, I wanted to read that a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Haribol. Oh, Haribol, Stanley Green. Oh, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams Prabhu, and Hari Priya Didi, Hare Krishna. Okay, so the Lord forgot himself in his own ecstatic love and began to cry pathetically. Even stone and wood would melt on hearing such pathetic crying. Only the hearts of hypocrites did not melt. Koto Dina Mahaprabhu, Shri Gaur Sundar, Ailen Yājapura, Brahmana Nagar. Within a few days, Shri Gaur Sundar Mahaprabhu arrived at the Brahman Nagar locality of Yājapur. Gaudiya Bhashya. The footprints of Shri Gaur Sundar have been established in the Adi Varaha temple, which is situated in the Brahman Nagar neighborhood of Yājapur. These footprints were established in memory of the mother Shri Yukta Mohini Mohan Rai Chaudhary Mahashai, the landlord of Baliyati village. Jahi Adi Varaher Adbhuta Prakash Jar Darshane Hoy Sarva Bandhanash. At that place, there is a wonderful deity of Adi Varaha. By taking darshan of this deity, all one's material bondage is destroyed. Mahatirtha bahe jatha nadi Vaitaraṇī jar darshane papa palaya apani. The most sacred Vaitaraṇī river flows past this place. When sinful reactions flee away upon seeing this river. Gaudiya Bhashya. The word Vaitaraṇī, the word Vaitaraṇī in this verse refers to the Vaitaraṇī river. Yājapur is also known as Nabi Gaya and is situated in a place known as Viraja Kshetra on the bank of this river. Jantu matar je nadir hoile par devagane dekhe chatur bhujer akar. If even an animal crosses that river, the demigods see it as having a 4-armed form. Nabhigaya viraja devir jatastan jata hoite khetra dasha jojan praman. The deity of Viraja Devi is situated in Nabi Gaya, which is 80 miles from Jagannath Puri. Yājapure jateka achaye devastan lakhavatsare onari loite sabnam. I am unable to name the numerous temples in Yājapur, even in 100,000 years. Gaudiya Bhashya. Another name of Nabi Gaya is Viraja Kshetra. This place is situated within Yājapur. This place is situated 80 miles from Nilachal. Hare Krishna Amit Dandekar. Devalaya nahi heno nahi thati sthan, Kevala deverbas Yājapura gram. The village of Yājapur consists of all varieties of temples with all varieties of deities. Pratame dashashvameda ghate nyasi mani, Snana korilena bhakta sanghati apani. The crest jewel of the sannyasis first took bath with the devotees at the Dashashvamedha Ghat. Tave Prabhu Gela Adi Varaha Sambhashe Vistar Korila Nritya Gita Prema Rase. Thereafter, the Lord joyfully visited the Adi Varaha temple, where he relished ecstatic love while dancing and chanting. Oh, I think I've been to this Adi Varaha temple with Janardana Maharaj a long time ago, if I remember correctly. Boro Shuki Hoila Prabhu Dekhi Jājapur, Puna Puna Bade Anandavesha Prachur. The Lord was greatly pleased to see Jājapur. His ecstasy repeatedly increased there. Gaudiya Bhashya. It is said that Yājapur is a corrupted form of Yayatipur, which is derived from the name Yayati Keshari, a Shaivite king of Orissa. In others' opinion, the name Yājapur is derived from the word Yagyanustan, a place of sacrifice, or Yajana, worship. Srimad Mahaprabhu made his auspicious arrival in Yājapur in AD 1511. The temple of Śrī Varahadev is situated in Yājapur. Srimad Mahaprabhu displayed the pastime of offering obeisances, chanting, and dancing before Śrī Varahadev. It is described in Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Madhya 5, verses 3 to 4. Chalite chalite aila Jājapura gram, Varaha Thakur deki korila pranam, Nritya gita koilo preme bahuta stavan, Yājapure se ratri korila Japan. Walking and walking, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and his party finally arrived at Yājapur on the river Vaitaraṇī. There he saw the temple of Varahadev and offered his obeisances unto him. In the temple of Varahadev, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing and offered prayers. He passed that night in the temple. In Śrī Caitanya Charitamrita, there is an indication that that Mahaprabhu came to Yājapur another time. In the year when Srimad Mahaprabhu had a disagreement with Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami Prabhu regarding his residing in Nilachal as a resident sannyasi, Sri Gaurasundar came to Yājapur with Sri Rai Ramananda and the two Mahapatras, that's Mangaraj and Harichandan. Mahaprabhu then bid farewell to the two Mahapatras at Yājapur. See Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 16, verse 150. The two stone deities of Śrī Varahadev are attached to each other. On the left side, sorry, I can't remember. I remember going there to this Adi Varaha temple, but I can't remember what the Vigraha looked like. I might have not been allowed to enter, actually, because many temples in Orissa, Westerners are not allowed to enter. Yeah. On the left of the deities there is a stone deity of Sri Lakshmi. Yeah, and on her left, there's a deity of Sri Jagannātha. In front of them, there is a smaller set of Lakshmi Varaha deities made of metal. From the Yājapur Road railway station, one must take 3 buses and cross 2 rivers to travel to the 17 miles to the temple of Varahadev. If you're going by public transportation back in that time. On both banks of both rivers, there are connecting buses waiting to transport passengers. After traveling 9 miles in one bus, one crosses the first river called Yamunā Kai. Then one has to walk 6 miles to the next river called Buddha. After crossing this river, one catches a connecting bus. There is a Dharmashala in Yājapur known as Radhabai Dharmashala or Jagannāth Dharmashala. It is situated near the ancient temple of Jagannāth. I love that little random piece of information. Okay, so you can stay at the Jagannāth Dharmashala whenever you take that journey. The footprints of Śrī Caitanya were established in Yājapur on December 25th, 1930. For an elaborate description of this one, elaborate description of this, one should see the Gaudiya, Volume 10, Part 2. हे जाने की इच्छा तान धोरिले कमने सब छाड़ी एक पलाई then apane. Who knows what was his desire? Suddenly, he left everyone behind and went away. Prabhu na dekhiya shabe hoila bikal, devalay chahi chahi bulen shakal. When the devotees saw the Lord was not there, they became confused. They then began to search for the Lord in various temples. Na paiya kotao Prabhu ranveshan, parama chintit hoilen bhaktagan. When they could not find the Lord anywhere, they became filled with anxiety. Nityananda bole sab sthir koro chitta, jani laya Prabhu giyachen je nimitta. Nityananda said, "Everyone, calm down. I know why the Lord has left." Hare Krishna Vidya Lala Satini. Nibrite Thakur Sab, Yājapura Gram, Dekiven Devalay Jatta Punyasthan. Nityananda said, "The Lord wants to visit all the holy places and temples of Yājapur alone. Amra o sabe bikha kori e thai, aji thaki kali Prabhu pai bo e thai." We should all beg alms and stay here today. We will meet the Lord here tomorrow. Shemata korilen sarva bhaktagan, bikha kori ani shabe korilo bhojan. In this way, all the devotees went out to beg alms, and then they ate together. Prabhu o buliya sab, Yājapura gram, dekhiya jatik Yājapura punyastan. And the Lord wandered around Yājapur, visiting all the holy places there. Sarva bhaktagan jatha achen boshiya, ar dine she stane milila asiya. The next day, the Lord returned to where the devotees were waiting. Ate vyate bhaktagan hari hari boli, uthilen sabe hoya kutuhali. Immediately, the devotees enthusiastically jumped up and chanted, "Hari Hari." Savasaha Prabhu Jaj Pura Dhanya Kori, Cholilen Hari Boli Goranga Shihari. After making Yājapur glorious, Lord Gauranga chanted the name of Hari while departing with his associates. Henamate Mahanande Shri Gaur Sundar, Ailen Kotodin Dine Cuttack Nagar. In this way, Sri Gaurasundar traveled in great ecstasy for a few days and then arrived at Cuttack. Bhagyavati Mahanadi Jale Kori Snan, Ailen Prabhu Sākṣi-gopāla Stan. After taking bath in the sacred Mahanadi River, the Lord went to the temple of Sākṣi-gopāla. Gaudiya Bhashya. Cuttack is situated between the Mahanadi River and Katjuri and is the capital of Orissa. A branch of Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata named Śrī Satchidananda has been established in this city. The deity of Śrī Gaurasundar and Śrī Vinod Ramanju are regularly worshipped within the temple. From this temple, various devotional scriptures and spiritual magazines are published in Oriya language. Oh wow, that was the Satchidananda Math was their main center there, I guess, in Orissa. That's where they published the Paramarthi magazine, Oriya magazine. No, yeah, Paramarthi. And Vinod Raman, that's a beautiful name. I've never heard that name before. Vinod Ramanju. It's kind of he who revels in delight. Oops. Okay. Deki Sākṣi-gopāla lavanya mohan, Ananda Koren Prabhu Hunkar Garjan. Upon seeing the sweet enchanting form of Sākṣi-gopāla, upon seeing the sweet enchanting form of Sākṣi-gopāla, the Lord roared loudly in ecstasy. Oh, I didn't see you before. Hare Krishna Krishna Mai Didi. And Vidya Lalasa Didi. Okay, Gaudiya Bhashya. The Mahanadi River flows on the northern side of Cuttack. The deity of Sākṣi-gopāla was in Cuttack during the time of Srimad Mahaprabhu. This deity was later transferred to a village named Sākṣi-gopāla. After the disappearance of Mahaprabhu, this deity of Sākṣi-gopāla was first brought to the temple of Jagannātha and later installed in a separate village. This deity has a large four-armed form. The old story of Sākṣi-gopāla is described in Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Madhya Lila, chapter 5. I'm not going to read the story, but I just want to see how it starts. Like, I think it's Nityananda Prabhu, right? Nityananda Prabhu tells the story to Mahaprabhu. I can't remember. Let's just check this out. Okay, so the activities of Sākṣi-gopāla. Let's just read the beginning. Okay, so walking and walking, Śrī Caitanya, this is, Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 5. Madhya Lila chapter 5, yeah. Walking and walking, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu and his party finally arrived at Yājapura on the river Vaitaraṇī. There he saw the temple of Varahadev and offered obeisances to him. In the temple of Varahadev, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing and offered prayers. He passed that night in the temple. Afterwards, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu went to the town of Cuttack to see the temple. He went to see the temple of the witness Gopal, Sākṣi-gopāla. When he saw the deity of Gopal, he was very much pleased by his beauty. While there, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu engaged in chanting and dancing for some time, and being overwhelmed, he offered many prayers to Gopal. That night, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in the temple of Gopal, and along with all the devotees, he heard the narration of the Sākṣi-gopāla with great pleasure. Previously, when Nityananda Prabhu had toured all over India to see different places of pilgrimage, he also had come to see Sākṣi-gopāla at Cuttack. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu had heard the story of Sākṣi-gopāla from the townspeople. He now recited this again, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narration with great pleasure. And then there's the whole pastime of Sākṣi-gopāla, which I think we are all familiar with here. And then let's see how it ends. So after hearing, okay. Okay, so thus, Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu heard the narration of Gopal's activities. Both he and his personal devotees became very pleased. When Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu was sitting before the Gopal deity, all the devotees saw him and the deity as being of the same form. They were of the same complexion. Both had gigantic bodies. Both wore saffron cloth, and both were very grave. The devotees saw that both Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Gopal were brilliantly effulgent and had eyes like lotuses. They were both absorbed in ecstasy, and both their faces resembled full moons. When Nityananda saw the Gopal deity and Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu in that way, he began to exchange remarks with the devotees, all of whom were smiling. Thus, with great pleasure, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed that night in the temple. After seeing the Mangal Arati ceremony in the morning, he started on his journey. In his book Chaitanya-bhāgavata, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has very vividly described the places visited by the Lord on the way to Bhuvaneśvara. Okay, so let's continue on. Okay, so upon seeing the sweet enchanting form of Sākṣi-gopāla, the Lord roared loudly in ecstasy. Prabhu boli namaskar koren stavan, Arbuta koren prem ananda krandan. The Lord cried out, Prabhu, and offered obeisances and prayers. He then began to cry wonderfully in ecstatic love. Gaudiya Bhashya. Sākṣi-gopāla was previously situated in Cuttack on the bank of the Mahanadi River. When Sākṣi-gopāla was first brought from South India, he stayed for some time in Cuttack and then stayed for some time in the Jagannātha temple in Purushottam. After some loving quarrel took place there, the king of Orissa established the village of Satyavadi 6 miles from Purushottam and kept Sākṣi-gopāla there. At present, Śrī Sākṣi-gopāla is being worshipped in a full-fledged temple. For a description of Sākṣi-gopāla, one should read Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata, Madhya Lila, chapter 5. And actually, I guess before the town was called, what was the town called? Satyavadi. But now the town is called Sākṣi-gopāla. Like it's when you take a train to Bhuvaneśvara, it's one of the first stations right after Jagannātha Purī is Sākṣi-gopāla that you stop at. I mean, Jar mantre shakal murtite boishe pran she Prabhu Shri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra. Life is invoked in the deity forms of the Supreme Lord by chanting his holy names. That Lord has now appeared as Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Gaudiya Bhashya. The system of invoking life in the deity form of the Supreme Lord by chanting the Maha Mantra given by Sri Gaur is practiced in the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Without chanting the Lord's holy names, the concept that the Archa Vigraha is made of stone does not disappear. The rules and regulations for worship that Sri Krishna Chaitanya Dev prescribed according to the concepts of the Krishna Varnam Tishal Krishnam verse consist of lively and proper worship of the Lord's deity, based simply on the chanting the Maha Mantra. Wherever the Lord's service is performed without the physical involvement of the worshipper, or wherever the worship is performed as a matter of formality, such worship and such deities are devoid of life. Wow, that's heavy. Wherever the worship of the Lord is performed just as a matter of formality, such worship and such deities are devoid of life. Chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra preached by Sri Gaurasundar is the topmost lively form of worship for a worshipper. Tatapiho niravadi kore dasya lila, avatar hoile hoy e matta khela. Yet, in this incarnation, the Lord always relished enacting pastimes as a servant. Tabe Prabhu ailen Shri Bhuvaneśvara, Gupta Kashi Vasa Jata Koren Shankar. Thereafter, the Lord went to Shri Bhuvaneśvara, known also as Gupta Kashi, where Lord Shankar resides. Okay, so this Gaudiya Bhashya is probably one of the longest Gaudiya Bhashyas that we've come across. There was one I remember there's another very long one. But yeah, this one oh no, it's not this one. Never mind. There's one coming up. That's like almost 5,000 words. Okay, so a description of the holy place of Śrī Bhuvaneśvara is found in various literatures like the Swarnadri Mahodaya, Ekamra Purana, Skanda Purana, and other Sanskrit Puranas. In those literatures, this place is addressed by various names like Bhuvaneśvara, Ekamraka Kshetra, Himachal, and Swarnadri Kshetra. Being requested by some sages, Vyasa Bhagavan revealed the glories of the rarely attained Ekamraka Kshetra. This place has been known as Ekamraka Kshetra because long ago there was a huge mango tree here. There are 10 million Shiva Lingas and 8 Tirthas at this place. 10 million! This place is superior to Varanasi and is more dear to Shambhu, the best of the Vaishnavas. In Orissa, on the shore of the Southern Ocean, There is a river named Gandavati that flows east. This river is none different from the Ganga. The transcendental abode named Ekamrakatirtha is situated on the bank of this most sacred river. This place is more this place is more pleasing than Kailas. The length and breadth of this place are 3 yojanas, that's 24 miles. 8 miles of this place is worshipable to the demigods, and 2 miles of this place was covered by the shade of that mango tree. Since time immemorial at this place, pious persons have taken bath, chanted mantras, performed sacrifices, offered oblations, performed abhishek, offered worship, offered prayers, accepted prasad garlands, heard the Puranas, served the lotus feet of the Lord's devotees, and executed the 9 forms of devotional service. In the Swarnadri Mahodaya, it is stated that Lord Purushottam is the maintainer of this place. The eternal Supreme Brahman is eternally present at this place in the form of the Linga, Bhuvaneśvara. According to the statement, Lingyate Gyayate Yasmat, the Supreme Brahman resides in the state of Orissa in the form of a linga within a great sacred gold mountain surrounded by the demigods. Since Narayan personally protects this place with a chakra and club in his hands, he is a Kshetrapal, he is the protector of this place. It is further stated in the Swarnadri Mahodaya that Lord Sri Ananta Vasudev personally protects this place with a chakra and a club in his hands. Pious activities performed without taking darshan of Sri Ananta Vasudev yields no results. Only those who have unflinching devotion for Lord Sri Ananta Vasudev are able to obtain the mercy of Sri Bhuvaneśvara, who is very dear to Ananta Vasudev. Okay. When Bhuvaneśvari Bhagavati heard from the mouth of Shambhu the glories of Ekamrakatirtha, which is superior to Varanasi, she expressed a desire to visit that place. Shambhu then told Bhuvaneśvari, "You first go there alone. I will meet you there later." Having received her husband's permission, she rode on her lion carrier and soon arrived at Swarnadri. When she arrived there, she saw that the village was indeed more pleasing. She saw that indeed the village was more pleasing than Kailas. She also saw a great linga emanating white and black effulgence. Bhuvaneśvara began to worship that great linga with all ingredients. One day after Bhuvaneśvari had gone to another forest to pick flowers, she returned and saw 1,000 cows as white as jasmine flowers coming out of the lake and begin to lavishly bathe that great linga with the milk. After circumambulating the linga, she returned to where they had come from. When she saw the same incident on another occasion, she took the form of a cowherd girl and began to follow those cows. She passed 15 years in this way. While wandering in that forest one day, 2 young demon brothers named Kriti and Vasa became captivated by the unprecedented beauty of that cowherd girl and expressed to her their self-destructive, wicked intentions. Sati immediately disappeared from the sight of the 2 demons and remembered the lotus feet of Shambhu. As soon as Bhagavati remembered Mahadev, he immediately took the form of a cowherd boy and then he appeared before the cowherd girl, form of Sati. Sati, in the form of a cowherd girl, offered obeisances to Shambhu, who had taken the form of a cowherd boy. Mahadev said, "O Sati, I understand why you remembered me. There is no need to feel anxiety. By the will of the Supreme Lord, these 2 demons have expressed wicked intentions. They have expressed wicked intentions to you to invite their own ruination. Let me explain their history to you in detail." Okay, now I need to stand up. Sorry, guys, starting to slur my words now. Starting to fall asleep. As I mentioned before, I only slept 3 hours last night, so okay, just gonna walk back. So let's hear the story in detail. One second, let me just move this up. And I think after this Gaudiya Bhashya, we'll finish our reading for today. Okay, so let me explain their history to you in detail. There was once a king named Drumila who performed many sacrifices and thereby pleased the demigods. The demigods gave him the benediction that he would have two sons named Kriti and Vas, who would not be killed by any weapons. So now, by the will of the Supreme Lord, you will have to kill those two sinful demons. Being ordered by her husband, Sati began to wander about within the forest in her form as a cowherd girl, and within a short time, she met those two demons. To deceive them, Sati said to the two demon brothers, I can fulfill your desires, but I have a condition. I will become the wife of he who can carry me on his shoulder. On hearing Sati's statement, the two intoxicated brothers began to quarrel between themselves. Then Sati, in her form of a cowherd girl, placed her 2 feet on the shoulders of the two brothers and assumes the form of Vishvambari. Who has the power to carry the heavy burden of Vishvambari? By the weight of Sati, the two demons were crushed and destroyed. This Puranic incident concludes by stating that since that time, Sati and Shambhu, the husband of Sati, left their golden temple in Kashi and have been living in this Ekamraka forest. That's a pretty neat story. Wait, what time is it? Is it 8:07? I think this is the long Gaudiya Bhashya that I was talking about. Yeah, it is. So, okay. Sarvatirtha jala jatha bindu bindu ani bindu sarovara Shiva srijila apani. Shiva brought drops of water from all the holy places and created the lake known as Bindu Sarovar. And now this Gaudiya Bhashya is 5,000 words long. That's like an entire reading for us. This will be a full day of reading, just this one Gaudiya Bhashya. Look, it never ends. It's insanely long, probably the longest Gaudiya Bhashya yet. So we're going to hear a lot about Bindu Sarovar, I guess. But I'm going to skip that right now, just so that we can finish the story. And I think I'm going to make a pre-recorded video where I just read that one Gaudiya Bhashya. Okay, so Shiva Priya Sarovar Jani Śrī Caitanya Snana Kori Visheshe Korila Ati Ati Dhanya. Realizing that the lake was dear to Shiva, Śrī Caitanya eagerly took bath therein and made it glorious. Dekhilen Gya Prabhu Prakata Shankar Chaturdige Shiva Dwani Kore Anuchar. Thereafter, the Lord went to see the manifestation of Shankar, whose followers were glorifying him in all directions. Chaturdige Sari Sari Gritta Dvipa Jale Niravadi Abhishek Hoiteche Jale. There were rows of ghee lamps in the 4 directions, and there the Shiva Linga was being continuously bathed with water. I think many of you have been to that Lingaraj Shiva, right? Nija Priya Shankarer Dekhiya Vibhav Tushta Hoilena Prabhu Shakal Vaishnav. The Lord and all the Vaishnavas were pleased to see the influence of the Lord's dear devotee Shankar. Jai Charana Rase Shiva Vasana Na Jane Heno Prabhu Nritya Kore Shiva Vidyamane. Shiva forgets to dress in the ecstasy he relishes by serving the lotus feet of that Supreme Lord who is now dancing before him. Nritya Gita Shiva Agre Koriya Ananda She Ratri Rahila She Grame Gorachandra. After joyfully dancing and chanting before Shiva, Gorachandra passed that night in that village. She sthana Shiva paye lena jeno mate she katha kohi skanda puraner mate. I will now narrate the Skanda Purana description of how Shiva came to this place. Let's see how long this is. If it's too long, I'll stop here. Wait, what verse are we on? Just so I can come back. 315. Okay. Okay, looks very long. Yep, it's super long. Okay, so that is our reading for today. And this is our last live reading for a while. Yeah, from now on, I'm going to just be pre-recording videos because our small parikrama starts tomorrow. I'm moving over to Mayapur today, and I'll be staying there until after Gaur Purnima. But and so we'll go on parikrama in the morning, but then when I come back from parikrama, I will pre-record a video and then make it go live the next day. So I'll do that until we finish this chapter. And maybe I'll do like a pre-recorded video about Madhavendra Purī, maybe. And then on Gaur Purnima Day, then I'll be back here live with all of you again. Yeah, Gaur Purnima Day. What should we read on Gaur Purnima Day? Anyways, we'll figure that out. We can do lots of kirtan and all that. But it's all for now. All right. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Dhandavat Pranam Sajan Maharaj. Thank you for your encouragement, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. All right. Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Jai Shri Nitil Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Guru Deva ki Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Gosai Maharaj ki Jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupad Ashita Rashita Shishmar Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shatashmar Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki jai Nityalila Pravishtam Vishnupara Shatara Shatashmar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai Nityalila Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Srila Gorksharas Babaji Maharaj ki jai Nityalila Pravishta Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai Nityalila Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannātha Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jājapura Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Shri Gosai Prabhu ki jai Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai Namachay Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai Shri Kshetra Mandala, Gaurav Mandala, Vraja Mandala, Mathura Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Sarva Abhishta Pradata Giriraj Maharaj ki jai. Shri Radha Kunda Shama Kund ki jai. Shri Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi ki jai. Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi ki jai. Shri Bhakti Devi ki jai. Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya ki jai. Shri Gopeshwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Śrī Caitanya-bhāgavata ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, the Gaudiya Bhashya of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Jaleshwar Mahadev ki jai. Jai Shri Kir Chora Gopinath ki jai. Remuṇā Gram ki jai. Jai Shri Adi Varaha ki jai. Shri Yājapura Gram ki jai. Shri Vaitaraṇī ki jai. Who's in Vaitaraṇī again? What was the name? God, I have such a short memory. Anyways. Jai Cuttack ki jai. Sākṣi-gopāla ki jai. Bhuvaneśvara ki jai. Jai Shri what was the place? Anyways. Bindu Sarovar ki jai. Shri Ananta Vasudev ki jai. Shri Lingaraj Shiva ki jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtana ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Shriman Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai, Sa Parshad Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo jai, Vrindai Tulsi Devai, Priyai Keshavashacha. Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavataya Namo Namaha Pancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat pranams everybody. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol Satyamata Ji. Hari Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Krishna Mai Didi, Shubhananda Prabhu, Gopal Ghanasham Prabhu, and let's see. Dandavat pranams, Shripad Sajan Maharaj, and Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Dandavat pranams, Mahi Bharat Prabhu, Raspriya Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Charu Didi, Gargaraj Ji, Stanley Green, Hari Priya Didi, Amita Dandekar, Vidyalala Didi, and so many other devotees. I see there are 11 devotees. I only see your name when you write a comment though, so I'm not ignoring you. I just don't know who's there. I just see a number. So, all right, Dandavat pranams. See you all live in, I don't know how long, like, what is that, a week? When Gaur Purnima? Okay, let's look at the calendar really quick. Tomorrow is the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj. That's the day that we're starting our parikrama. In 4 days from now, that's when the big parikrama, that's when they'll have their Sankalpa. And then 5 days from now, the day after that, they'll start the Navadip Dham parikrama. And then 6 days from now is Vyanjali Mahadwadashi. And 7 days from now is the disappearance day of Srila Madhavendra Puri. So I'll try to pre-record a video for that. And then 10 days from now is the big day, Shri Gaur Purnima, Jai Sachinandan Gaur Hari. Do you have a lot to prepare for that, Satyamataji? Is that what the outfit is for? What you're making right now?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'll be done.
Okay, you'll have to share a picture with us. I'll show everybody when you finish it.
Oh, it'll be fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
Satyamataji's working on this extremely elaborate dress set for a very long time now. I don't know how many hours you've been putting into it, but it's
yeah. It'll be great. I hope they like it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you for your encouragement.
All right, so but come back again tomorrow because there'll be a pre-recorded video there. I need to record that tonight. Oh my God, today's gonna be an insane day. Okay, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be able to do this today because I have to pack up. Madhav Maharaj is coming tomorrow, and I have to pack up all my stuff, get rid of it, clear out the room, and we have to arrange the parikrama for tomorrow, and I have to move over to Mayapur, and we're finalizing Damodar Ashtakam. Like I already stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning working on it last night, and then it's just been completely insane. So I actually can't guarantee that I'll make a video tomorrow. I'm gonna try. But if I don't, then I'll at least do it the day after tomorrow. And we can read that long.
Maybe don't do the whole thing, just do part of that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a part. Yeah, maybe just a little thing. We'll see. All right. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you all either tomorrow or the day after. All right. Haribol. Radhe Radhe. Oh, and also I see there's so many devotees here. Just in case you don't know about it, I have a WhatsApp group. And you can join the WhatsApp group if you go to vinavdevotion.com/CB, CB for Caitanya-bhāgavata. Okay, so vinavdevotion.com/CB, and you'll see a link there to join the WhatsApp group. And there I notify everybody, like if I'm late or if I'm not reading that day, or anyway, it's just my way to be able to, and I also share what we're reading, and I give the link to YouTube and Zoom every day. So yeah, if you like, you can join that WhatsApp group to stay updated. All right. Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna, everybody. See you tomorrow.